video we will be learning how to use what we call the VLookUp function in Microsoft Excel. Okay, so the first thing is you'll have to download the worksheet, the activity from the classroom. So I just click on this and click on these three dots, open a new window, and click on the download button. Okay, so when it comes to the VLookUp function, basically we will be using multiple worksheets. Okay, so we open the document over here and explain the scenario to you all. So we click on enable editing at the beginning itself. Okay, so if you look over here, a worksheet called fees to be adjusted has been given to us. Okay, so this is the first worksheet. In the second worksheet, fee amounts are given. So it says for play group, this is the amount. For LKG, this is the amount. For UKG, this is the amount. And for various grades, the fee amount is given. And over here, we have different discount types. Okay. So when you come to the first worksheet, fees to be adjusted, you can see depending on the grade, automatically the fee amount should appear. Okay. When grade 10 you see, automatically the fee amount for grade 10 should be appearing over here. So automatically 45,000 should appear over here. When it's grade 8, for example, automatically 36,000 rupees should appear over here. So that's what we call, we're going to use the VLookUp function, where we're going to take functions from a different worksheet altogether. So what we're going to do is we are going to be putting the VLookUp function in this particular cell. So I have selected this particular cell and I come over here and I say insert function. Okay. So for me, VLookUp is already here. If it is not there for you, you can type it over here and search for it. Okay, so we take the VLookUp function. Okay, now the VLookUp function is asking us a question, which is lookup value. Lookup value basically means what is the value that we are looking for, based on what value are we looking for. Okay, so we are going to be looking based on the grade, isn't it? We are looking at the grade and then the fee amount will be coming, isn't it? So we are going to tell the computer, check the grade, check this value. Okay, then the computer asks the question, table array. Table array means where are your answers kept, in which worksheet are your answers kept. Okay, so I click on this and I come and say it's inside this worksheet, inside this particular range. Okay, so you can see it says the worksheet is fee amounts from A1 to B17. Okay, so this is the range, this is the table array. Inside this range our answers are there. Now you need to remember something very well. You do know when we replicate a formula, the addresses automatically are going to change. So obviously we need this particular address to keep changing. When we replicate, C2 should become C3, C4, C5, C6, it should change. But this particular range should not change. Okay, when we replicate the formula, this address should be fixed. It should not change. So that is why we use something which we call absolute cell reference. Absolute cell reference means when the formula is replicated, this address should not change. Now the shortcut key is keep the cursor before the formula, or you can select the entire formula, select this entire address, and you can press the F4 key, function 4 key. Okay. If not, what you can do is you can put a dollar symbol before A, a dollar symbol before 1, a dollar symbol before B, and a dollar symbol before 17. Okay, which basically means lock this row, lock this column, lock this row, lock this column, lock this row. So when you replicate the formula, this particular address is not going to change. Okay. Then column index number, I haven't clicked on it yet. Column index number means from these two columns, which column is having the answers. Now we have told the computer this is the range. Now over here we have to tell the computer in which column is the answer kept. So obviously the answers are in this second column, not the first column, in the second column. So I'm going to come and type over here 2. Then there is something called range lookup. Now when it comes to range lookup, there are two possible values. One is true and one is false. If you put the answer true, it will find any value that is approximately close to the answer. Okay, any value that is approximately close to whatever is over here will be accepted. But if you put over here false, anything that exactly matches this only will be taken. You got my point? So I repeat again, if you put true here, anything in this worksheet that even slightly matches this will be taken. But if you put false here, whatever is exactly matching this, only that value will be taken. Okay, so it's always best to put the answer false. Okay, exact match only should be taken, not anything which is approximately close to it. So I click OK. So now it comes over here and it says 45,000. Okay, let's have a quick check and see. For grade 10, is it 45,000? Yes, 45,000. So let me replicate this formula. Okay, so when I replicate the formula, you can see all the values have come. Let's do a quick random check. Grade 9, 44,000. Is it correct? Grade 9, 44,000. Grade 13, 55,000. Is it correct? Grade 13, 55,000. Looks fine. Now, if you look over here, this particular address, okay, now if you just look as I keep going down, okay, look, this automatically becomes C3, this becomes C4, this becomes C5, this becomes C6. But if you check out this address is not changing. It's remaining the same all the time. Okay, that's what we call absolute cell reference. This cell address has been locked. This has been allowed to change each time. Okay. So we do know that this is the fee amount and we do know this is the currency value. So we better make this a currency value. We come over here. Over here, LKR is not there. Rupees is not there. So what we can do is we can right click, format cells, come over here and say it's a currency value. And we can click over here and type LKR. Okay, so it comes over here. Say okay, okay. So you see it all comes as LKR values. Okay. Now another question comes up here, discount amount. Okay, how much is the discount that is going to be given? Okay, so if you come out to discount types, it says if it's sibling 5%, referral 10%, staff 75%. So depending on the category, the amount should appear over here. So once again we're going to be using the VLookUp function. Okay, so we take insert function, VLookUp, double click on it, lookup value. So we tell the computer we are checking this value. Based on this only the answer will be taken. Check this value. Then we have to tell the computer where our answers are kept. So it is inside discount types from here all the way up to here. Okay. Do not forget to lock this. Okay. You can press the function 4 key, or else you can put a dollar before A, a dollar before 1, a dollar before B, a dollar before 6. Then column index number, as I told you, this is our range. In column index number, we have to tell in which column is our answer. So we have to tell it's in column number 2. Okay, so we come and say column number 2. Then we have something called range lookup. So I told you range lookup has two values. One is true and one is false. If you say true, anything that is somewhat close to the word sibling will be taken. If you say false, it has to be exactly matching with the exact spelling of sibling. Only then the answer will be taken over here. So I'm going to keep it as false. Okay, I need exact values, exact matches, and I'm going to click OK. So now when I click OK, when I pull this down, you can see all the way over here the values have appeared. Now we need to understand one thing is, even though the percentage symbol hasn't been put here, these are actually percentage values. Okay, so when we come to total payable, now it is a bit of mathematics that we have to use. The person is supposed to be paying 45,000. But then this particular student is getting a 5% discount. So at the end, we have to put the total payable. So what we will be doing is equal. Every mathematical formula in Excel starts with equal. So equal 45,000 minus 5% of the fee amount. Okay, isn't it? So 45,000 minus this value percentage times this value. Okay, so you can see this person has to pay 42,750. Okay, after the 5% discount. Now over here we do not have to lock any cell, because when I replicate this formula, I want this to become E3. This should become F3, isn't it? Nothing is going to be locked, so I don't have to put any dollar symbol in front of any of them. I'm just going to pull this down. Okay. So at the end, you can see how much each of them have to pay after their discount amount. Okay, it has also come in LKR because this cell was involved in the calculation. Automatically, LKR has come over here. Okay, so please do try the activities of VLookUp after you have done this on your own.